Nuke would kick off the second series of the day, and Astralis take it by storm. 16-6 and a step closer to the playoffs for the Danes, and a one last chance for G2 on Dust 2. Maniac and Maui are joining me to break it all down. And Maniac, I think we need to start off by talking about that T side from Astralis. They look like they were dictating the pace from the very beginning.
You're absolutely right, and this to me felt like a trip down memory lane when Astralis were having their crazy win streak on Nuke. And part of the reason why they were winning all the time was that their T side was absolutely dangerous, and it happened again and again and again. They caught G2 off guard many times. The rotations were a little bit off on the side. I want to say Frenchies, I guess the European lineup nowadays. Nexa was left more often than not completely alone on the B-bomb side. Of course, for us, it's very easy. We have the bird's eye view. We know what's happening. But Astralis were absolutely undetected when they made their way down to the B-bomb side. And poor Nexa, I think 2 or 3 times, he was completely alone trying to fend that attack, and it just was not possible.
Well, speaking of having that bird's eye view, Maui, I know there's a particular point that you want to break down in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Maniac said, a lot of the attacks from Astralis were towards that lower B bomb site. And as we can see here on the stats helix, it looks like, again, in this round number 9, that Astralis once again will be going for an outside play here. Smokes go across outside. We can see Magisk here towards that outside red, and he'll sneak down by himself here. And Nexa, he's actually towards lower. I know it's hard given the different perspectives on Nuke, but Nexa here, he's fending him off with some utilities, some grenades. Kenny S as well is trying to help from outside, but we're going to see Kenny S actually here rotate down. And I know once again that it is hard, so I'll explain it. Kenny S, he's actually in the lower area right now. He's trying to help Nexa because Astralis, they've been pounding this lower bomb site. Him and Nexa together have to fight off Magisk. But as soon as Astralis recognize from Magisk's call that both of these players are down towards lower, Kenny S takes him out. They instantly spring into action. The rest of the Astralis team now know what to do. They throw all of the nades that they need to. Look at this bombardment of flashes towards the mini garage, towards the opposite vent. Dupree finds the entry onto the bomb site, and Astralis with an easy take on that A site, which is so weak and so thinned out because time and time again, they were just hitting that B bomb site. G2, they overcompensated in this round with a double rotation towards lower, and Nexa and Kenny S, you can see on the left side there that they're both still alive in no man's land, where Astralis, they have the bomb down and they get the win in this one as well.
I know we were talking a bit about Kenny S before the game as well, and it was kind of interesting because we were looking for him to be kind of stepping up for that G2 side. And actually, Maui, in the first half, or the first part of the first half, you know, he was looking pretty solid. Do you feel like that was a particular reason why he couldn't continue that form on into the rest of the map?
Yeah, I think Astralis just did an excellent job of reading the rotations from Kenny S. They understood where he was going to be at the beginning of the rounds. He's always usually kind of towards that outside a lot of the time. The mini position in particular is where he had some of his great rounds where he popped off. But as soon as Astralis recognized that, they used their smoke wall towards outside, kept things pretty simple in all honesty, and just went down there, isolated Nexa, and did a great job of just kind of mitigating that op presence. Kenny S, he was kind of getting that hot hand, and you just did not want to feed it if you were on the Danish side.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action going down over here on the A stream, but of course we have 2 other games going on simultaneously. Some quite surprising results, I would say, from this one. I think we should start off by talking about the Fnatic and Vitality one. Maniac, you put it perfectly in the green room. A national treasure, that is Fnatic and Inferno, so no surprises that they took this one.
I mean, it's no surprise that they would win Inferno. Just the way they've done it was absolutely stellar, and you're right to say it. I feel like it doesn't matter the lineup. Fnatic's T side on Inferno is one of the most complicated ones to handle, and we have again an example. But here, what we have on our screen, that is the one surprise of the day as far as I'm concerned. You're not dreaming. Saw actually took Nuke from underneath FaZe Clan. They are leading 1-0 in a series that, if I'm not mistaken, Freya, is an elimination game. So FaZe are theoretically 16 rounds away from being kicked out of the tournament by Stow. It's not done quite yet, but there is a possibility.
It's absolutely nuts, considering the fact that FaZe literally just come off that win at IEM New York. I was just watching Saw actually in the Flashpoint qualifiers that unfortunately they lost out in the grand finals to VP. But yeah, Maui, I don't think anybody would be mistaken for thinking that that was the wrong scoreline, because FaZe, man, are dropping off the form already.
The wrong scoreline.
Yeah, you would think, but no, Saw have been kind of slowly grinding in the shadows there in that Portuguese scene. They've pulled off some upsets. They made some deep run in qualifiers. It rarely seems like they make it to the big stage. I think at Blast they were able to attend that due to them qualifying in that tournament quite a while back, maybe 5 or so months ago. But they've been slowly working and they've been doing a great job. FaZe aren't necessarily the best nuke team, so it's not super surprising that Saw could take that from them. It's just really a matter of how does FaZe bounce back now, because they're going to be a little bit upset about that. They'd probably think that they should just run through a server with Saw on the other end, but they gotta bust it out now. Whatever those strats that they were maybe saving for the playoffs, they gotta show them today, and that's probably showing a little bit more of their hand than they would have wanted. But you gotta give credit to Saw.
Yeah, you really, really do. Obviously there, as we can see from the standing, it is an elimination match. I do just want to give a shout out to Studodo from the side of Saw, because man, he was going absolutely nuclear in that. 35 kills, again, when I saw him in the Flashpoint qualifier. Very, very impressive indeed. But I don't want to get caught up in the haste of the other streams. Of course, we are going to a second map. It's going to be Dust 2. Launders and Scrawny are going to be joining you with the action after this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Dust 2 moments away, Mohan. Moments away. And does that excite you? What's Dust 2 between these teams? What's that do to you?
Well, my crackpot theory was that G2 need to pick Dust 2 and lose it to win the series, but I think that would mean they would have to have one nuke. That's the issue for them now, is if they lose Dust 2, they lose the whole series. But yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe picking Dust 2 isn't the play. We'll see. It's a map that G2 have been straying away from, and now they're coming back to it after losing, I think, their last 3 attempts on Dust 2, when not picking it very much. Let's find out if Dust 2 it has changed it all for them, and why they did pick it.
Yeah, let's find out. Nice and easy into the pistol round. G2 to the offense. 3 flashbangs between Jax and Amanek. Glaive smoked off for now. Kenny S on the other side, great flash, and Glaive unable to make magic happen. Just tags up Kenny ever so slightly. Ooh, nice. Nexa, crisp double headshot through the second doors as well, making it look so easy. G2, is this the same team we had going on Nuke? Because this one is convincing. I mean, bomb plant all too easy. Last man up's going to be Esatag. He has no business winning this. The T side of Dust 2 starts well for the Frenchman and co.
Yeah, we know, they just have a very deep playbook on this map. I mean, they make this map look tactically interesting, but the same can be said for Astralis. This was like the other map that, like, it was kind of nuts because they had a streak on Nuke, they had a streak on Inferno, but then quietly they also had a streak on Dust 2, which no one thought you could be consistent on. And these two teams at one point were definitely the very best Dust 2 teams in the world. So it's kind of a weird series from that perspective to bring it back, especially after losing recently. But you never know why a team brings it back, because there's only a certain amount of the practice that we see, the amount of the theory striking that they find, and the amount of scrim success that they found as well. But as I say that, of course, Dupree comes through with a deagle kill, and they get upper control off this. So now it gets a whole lot more claustrophobic to be out at long as G2. Losing a player. And just look at their fog of war right now. They have no info behind them. They don't know where the CTs are at all. They're out here at long. Astralis know they're mostly at long at the very minimum. And G2 know that that information is there as well.
Very clumped up. Dangerous game to play. That's 3 of the 4 remaining, all tagged up by the scout here. Next thing, Kenny S going to alleviate a little bit of pressure, but Dupree, he's got that Mac 10. It could be perfect. Oh, an S-Attack with the Deagle wallbang headshot, but Dupree has made the difference. He cleaned up the mess that was the attempted cross. Only Nexa left over. 2 kills already on him. Needs another double. He's got the AK, which could bode well, but 31 health to work this with.
He'd need a miracle. I mean, he's not even got a nade to cross. They'd have to make a really big mistake, or he basically has to one bullet CT spawn. Let's see if he can do that. Oof. Oh.
He suppresses him.
Yeah. Oh,
fire.
That's the hard part.
Nearly enough.
Jesus,
but Dupree gets him from the sky.
4 kills. He got a lower kill as well to start things off. S-Tech gets a key frag with that wallbang headshot. But really find that punishing the upper player is such an important piece of the puzzle. You know, in these 4-1s, of course, like most of the players are out towards long, but with that much control early on, there's nothing scarier to be on the T side of that. They have no one to catch flanks or rotations. They have no one to prove that the CTs haven't gone back off that information. The map just opens up entirely.
Now, the chances of G2 close. We're getting flavors from that second half on Nuke. Pistol round win followed by force by victory. Now Astralis, last time around, were able to milk the money from the SMGs. Glaive and Estetag could be tasked with that. A little bit of map control offered over, though. G2 do have footing on Cat. But, I mean, this is playing into the setup. Device back on Game Helper, just hoping they come into elbow. Patient gameplay.
They don't have any nades, so are they going to do the double run boost, maybe? Hunter's like, you stand here.
A real classic.
There we go.
Who's sacrifice?
First jump.
Hunter.
And run back.
Sacrifice.
Go flying.
Whoa! Goes over. Catches Device with a knife out, in fact, but hey, Device just playing hard mode, snaps it back with a headshot. Magis M4 with 1. It's really Jax's Deagle trying to give cover to Kenny that could have made the difference. Estetag up close, peeking around the corner, playing it safe, not exposing himself fully, and just peppering them back. But G2 have a little bite with their bark. Not only the bomb plant, now attempting to cheat back into Catwalk, where they have found Magis. Gets over on the ramp that Estetag resides. And Kenny S, the last to die. 2 kills on him, 2 frags to go. Creeping it around, and he had a chance, but that chance taken away. The costs are effective.
That is
G2
right on the
bomb plant.
That is right on the 10-second mark. I mean, this is really close. I think he gets this one very...
Not even. Talk about cost effective. They robbed the round with the bomb explosion. Too close to call. Astralis, a little short.
He couldn't find the bomb. It was like out there right behind single box, but he thought it was a long flat plant or a cap plant and ran there first. In those precious few moments, that's what made the difference. A nice clutch there from Kenny S. And to the victor goes the spoils. He's got the op now. Towering above Device with just his puny little scout at mid. Hitting him either through the door or in the leg, not sure. But controlling this area. Well, that's one way to get back into it. They had no grenades. They had half armor pistols on that Cat exec. It's not supposed to go that way.
Not at all, man. Not even a flash. I mean, there's times where you don't even get past the first box. But, I mean, Device did give him a little bit of room there, caught with his knife out. Still, I mean, it really does boil down to just finding bomb. Interesting back and forth affair to begin Dust 2. Remember, playoffs on the line, so maybe G2 fighting for it. Aminex Mac 10 sets up shop. Magis dies first and foremost. He's going to be replaced by Glaive, who wants that M4, but Aminex, he's watching it. Just saw it get sucked away. Not that he can do much about it. Glaive could flirt with the idea of sticking around here, but in the meantime, G2, they're going to go for this mid split. Knowing that he had moved forward for the gun means that nobody's probably watching mid, and sure enough, they're right. It's a flawless B split in the end, circumventing the minimal threats of these pistols. Dupree and Device probably just wanting to hang on to what they hold.
Yeah, well, the mid Bs are looking good, very sharp, picking good options, and the recycled guns are going to be a bit scary for G2. I don't know if they go and try to hunt down people, but it seems like, yeah, Amnak is going to be quite liberal about it, just running around through spawn. He started to slow down a little bit. Estetag is probably just going to be a victim, and it's less about taking down the Deagle and more about the $600. all about money in one way or another.
It is all about money at the end of the day, huh?
Fortunately, unfortunately.
Have
Okay,
it bomb
Scout is
off.
down.
And the M4 still up for the moment, trying to hide. He'll keep it.
Okay, that means something. We saw the play that Dupree made into lower on that second round and what that did for Astralis. In the one round they won. What's interesting is actually, wow, they're buying behind the M4. They actually bought down to 0 behind the M4 apart from device. Guess the money was kind of in an awkward spot. That's interesting.
They could get bullied for it too, you know, coming in with some kind of a buy, but is it even going to get a chance? Glaive, he connects a good scout headshot, coming back in for a second, but Nexa alleviates the pressure from behind. There will be a second player and device to take over the tunnels, but with that nade kill, they see the route open forward. So sure enough, another volley of utility there, frag, flash, it's enough to push them back. And Astralis giving away a 4th round and still in a shaky economic spot.
Yeah, people are buying a lot more often.
Like a delayed start, man.
You notice that with Heroic as well. There, people are just like buying through until they can actually afford the full buy. The absolute state of things.
It's going to end up like Valorant, where the economy doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't even notice. Like you actually don't. You don't think about the money as much. It's weird because on the one hand, the old economy had its own problems. Like when we'd cast a game and it'd be like 7-1, but it was because of one rifle round. It was like, you know, and then they get reset after losing the 7th round or 8th round or whatever. It was kind of that wasn't fun to cast either. So like on the one hand, I'm like happier that you can't just destroy someone's half with one. And sometimes it was literally one swing trade that would win the round and then destroy a half.
The double save, yeah.
And then you'd go, you know, 13-2 half or some ridiculous scoreline because they won a couple of key rounds. And then the other team would do the exact same thing in the second half. Like it almost destroyed all the narratives. I don't know. I didn't think that was fun either.
No system's perfect, but the grass is sometimes greener on the other side. Maybe we revert back. Maybe changes will happen. Maybe we're all out here just trying to make you happy, Mohan. But Kenny S, a happy camper.
Yikes.
Emphasis on camper, as he is still sitting in T-spawn. But the headshot through the door is worth it. One of the 2 scouts dropped for the moment. It is picked back up. You sit in the 4v4. G2 with time.
They don't need to make a decision. But yeah, things are quite quiet. Middle control here for the T's. Obviously a much heavier stack towards A. And lately G2 have been trying out mid to B. But this time around it looks like a cap play. So the odds start to swing slowly back into Astralis' favor on this round. Even if they've got worse guns. Let's see what Easy Tag can do with this plain Deagle.
Had the scout to try and support, but Dupree goes down empty-handed. Estetag doing a good job of just buying time here. Pops back up, more damage into Amanek. Kind of primes device for the long-range M4 shots, but Kenny S with the bigger barrel answers that one too. So Kenny with, I would say, some of the crucial kills. He gets back the 5 versus 4 with the kill through door, and then he equalizes. Takes this one down inside a pit, leaves Magisk. Magisk could be trying to get the M4 or looking for a headshot here, but time is of the essence. Hey, and it's close, but no cigar. He'll rattle some rounds down range and probably swap to the M4 as the round comes to a close. Nice parting gift given over by Hunter. But this is G2 Esports with a 4-round lead, 5-1 on the T side of Dust 2.
Yeah, kind of, I don't know. It feels like the buying decision was a little strange, but I think maybe they had to double save anyways, so gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But either way, they get the full buy-in with all of their grenades, the op included, and it's 1-5. But they've just put up a ton of resistance on each individual round. That being said, some of the B plays resulted in G2 not losing too many players. They got Kinias on 7K, Hunter on 4,000. Player out to blue bin on this round, Glaive. He's going to spot him, but he's blind. I'm not sure if he knows for sure. Amanek's going to try to escape. and he'll be successful. His greatest trick, yeah, they'll go up cat. He'll be in the back.
Yeah, good. Little presence on long, try and magnetize the defense, but device scoped in. Oh, we didn't see the second player cross. Maybe still a little bit too flashbang to see him. That's going to be the A site over to G2. They've got Amanek inside of the smoke, but the smoke fades, and Dupree, still with eyes on it, gets the man advantage here for Astralis. However, all of G2's players trying to creep back into Cat, but they're not fast enough. Kenny S is quick for the flick into Magis, and back here for second servings as Nexa comes in from middle, cutting off the tail end of it all. The CT is now in a bit of a pickle, but they're on top of bomb. And Kenny, he's going to have to swing. That's right into the play of Glaive. Nexa, all that's left, kills the player on car. He could jump and stop it, but it's so close. And G2 using Nexa in the sky to deny a second round for Astralis.
Glaive's not allowed to be mad about that. I saw him do that the other day. Okay, so Nexa, he does what he needs to do. There's no other choice. He has to jump and shoot. And there was a series of lurks that worked out well here. Esatag could have obviously delayed a couple more seconds, but he thought that was a wrap. Glaive halfway through that defuse, and it was supposed to be over. Things are working out quite well right now for G2. Some close calls, the 1v2 clutch from Kenny S. This round where they get the jumping headshot and the guy planting for Cat. Longtime rivals. Kenny S played first played against Dupree at DreamHack winner 2012. Has very games, won 16-3 on Nuke. Wow.
Remember when the world was supposed to end in 2012?
Coney 2012.
Good thing it didn't. 8 years of Counter-Strike. Woo! It's worth the wait.
Just to see Dupree and Kenny S still go head-to-head. For real. That's amazing. We got some history. That's cool. That is awesome. So, Astralis now back to not having much, right? They're going to be half buying with pistols again. It's consistently been scary for G2. Oh, that was cute. Very small angle. Just a couple of pixels for a device to work with. Up on Cat, over top of the box, waiting for that specific boost, but not hitting the shot. Even with the print stream. Even though the print stream powers up your deagle, you couldn't hit the shot.
You say that with no bias as a print stream owner yourself?
A stat track print stream owner, okay? And I spent a lot of money, so I'd like to be able to talk about it as much as possible.
Sure, yeah, fit it in.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what deagle do you have?
Pilot.
Okay. Pilot your way out of this conversation then, Jax.
Hey! Device to be challenged here. He falls off. Good grenade. Very good grenade. Had some zest on that one. Now, I don't think it's going to be enough of a grenade to convince G2 not to come back to this A site where they have been having fruitful endeavors. Glaive with a headshot into Jax, though. That could maybe turn your attention elsewhere. Or is it a beckoning call? Revenge, perhaps, if Nexa can walk outwards. But Amanek, he's going to go through middle first and foremost. These two CTs in their spawn. A third frag coming in, this time to Nexa through the side of the smoke. That late Cat emergence will serve as G2 diverge for the most part away from Amanek. He's left to maybe hunt these B players, but it's a good round from G2. Squeezing the clock again, Launders.
Yeah, it's
5 seconds to spare with the plant, but it is Astralis kind of getting picked apart here. This is good. I'm happy it's not the flat-footed G2 that we saw on Nuke. They came into this T side, and it's going well thus far.
Yeah, I mean, they're great at reading rotations. I really like how they do fight into CT spawn instead of smoking right away. And just take those fights from the A rotators that were up on Cat originally, they're trying to pressure Astralis into doing what they'd expect because Astralis just have pistols, so of course they're going to run around a lot. And if they had smoked it out and gone B, there's a chance of getting shot off the top of the smoke. There's a chance of them running through the smoke and getting something lucky, or players pushing out of the door at the same time as the CT smoke pushers, and just making things go haywire. But instead, G2 just leave it open. Fight from that distance, take him down with the AKs, go back to Cat. It's pretty cool play. G2 7-1. Double op setup adjustment here for Astralis. They try to figure out what the hell is going on. And honestly, there's just been a couple of misfortunate rounds, a couple of very close calls. Overall, G2, I mean, they're just doing their part. Looking pretty good.
They're doing them. Yeah. And it's good to see.
Playing their own
maybe
game.
coming back to Dust 2. It's the name of the game. Inside of middle yet once more. Glaive trying to hold it back. We will find Hunter crossing before the smoke, but can't quite finalize the frag. Amanek getting an entry onto the B site puts poor Magisk into a real hot spot. But Glaive's able to get back into the equation. Magisk may think that Tunnels has not been pushed, but Amanek's already on the platform, so that's soon to be an execution, and it leaves it all on Estetag. He's chasing down Kenny S with an op in hand. Close combat sniper shots seal the deal for G2. Is this the same team that was playing on Nuke? Are we certain that it is the same 5 players? Because man, this is just a masterclass here on the second map. Again,
let's take a look at their Dust 2 because they just have not been playing it much at all. And we all know that this is a home map for G2. So just to recharacterize this, 7-game loss streak leading into endpoint where they're able to win. And just looking at some of their matches, they didn't play D2, or they lost D2 to Big. And then that's the only time they even played D2 recently of those games. So this is their way of changing things up, and it seems to be working out quite well. It's a cool back pocket map to have, knowing how good they were at one point. And maybe a break is all they need to get some fresh perspective on what to change.
Oh, Estetag gets spotted. I was hopeful that someone would walk into the CZ, but I think you are right. You're onto something, man. Sometimes you just got to walk away from a problem. Come back at it on a different day.
Maybe ask Maniac about this, because I found this phenomenon when I used to play StarCraft, where if I'd play a ton, like for a year, get to the point of frustration, I guess maybe you could call it burnout, and then I would be unable to like get to the point where I could feel innovative or sharp in playing the game, and then I'd take a break. I'd quit the game for like 4 months. I'd come back, and even after having to unrust, I'd become better than I was before the break, even though I played way less, just because I took some time off. And that happened consistently over years.
Sure. It's that magic ingredient of enjoyment.
Yeah, that's,
a little fun goes a long way.
Ooh.
And right now, Astralis having fun with the Deagle, or 5-7 rather. Estetag did not take that kill.
Long range.
Wave over the shoulder, stole it. M4 and an op is what they've picked back up. G2 with the bomb plant. And a strong post plant as Nexa loses half his health to the frag grenade of Magisk, but gets his sweet revenge. Guns him down as Kenny kills Glaive. A 9th round for G2. We are 10 rounds deep. We've got Nexa sitting pretty at 14-5. Kenny S 11-3 just behind him. Stars aligning for G2 on their map pick. Series starting to deliver. After Nuke, man, it just didn't feel like we were going to get much life out of G2. We were kind of poking them with a stick and hoping they'd even make a move. Well, they have bit back.
Yeah, it was like the first 10 rounds were compelling of Nuke. And then after that, I was like, But we are definitely playing Counter-Strike now, folks.
B hit, big B hit, Dupree. He's got Magisk to give him a helping hand for only a quick moment. Nexa's already taken the man off of middle, so Dupree knows he's all alone. Gets the first kill, a second one up close. Very good from Dupree, but not enough to stop the bomb from being planted. It's Estetag and Device on the retake. 2 versus 2. Estetag already inside of the windowsill, setting their crosshairs offset, but Device wasn't quite ready to come in with him, so it's 2 separate engagements, 2 separate 1v1s. There's Molotovs, smoke grenades, Molotovs, smoke grenades. The guy just can't get in, and once he finally walks inwards, it's Nexa holding his own. 10 rounds for G2, and we're only 11 rounds deep.
Well, that wasn't a very Astralis-like 2v2, was it? They had the...
Not at all.
Not sure. I was going to say, maybe Estetag... Maybe Device didn't have nades, but he did. He had a smoke and a flash. So they could have at least flashed over the site. It wouldn't have been heard. And he was far back.
Honestly,
it's very weird.
Estetag running into window faster than he did to Cloud9.
Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson. Wow. Okay. That's good. That's Zinger.
Aggression. Astralis just kind of, like when you start stomping on an ant colony. Now they're coming out on their own accord. No, I'm not a sociopath.
Okay.
That you know of. Kenny S is in pit. Deagles, 4 of which alongside the ump. Everybody's in the right position. They had the info. They knew middle was clear, but I mean, information's half of the game. Headshots, the other 50%, and G2 have all of them. 3 quick kills. Even, oh my god, Nexus shooting corpses. He stomps on anthills.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. And now what the hell has just happened? We saw a second round bye to recount. Okay, it's round 12. We're about to be 11-1. A second round bye where Dupree got 4 kills, S-Tag got the 5th, and they won the eco. After that, not a single rifle round. There was a couple of weird buys to follow. There's been a ton of bomb plants. There was a couple of weird clutches at first, but everything since then has been one completely on merit. G2 just trading out really effectively, calling the right sites to go to. Kind of just highlights maybe how uncomfortable they were with playing Nuke. But what's confusing, and then the reason why we're so confused right now, is because Astralis were playing so damn well on Nuke.
Damn, that's a big stat. Astralis.
7 of
the opening kills in 7 of the first 9.
Whoa.
Winning only 1.
So, you know, for teams of this caliber, your opening kill percentage is to like 75 to 80 when you're on form. Maybe not the case for G2 right now. Or sorry, not your opening kill percentage, your round conversion based on opening kills. So if, you know, Astralis are winning 1 of 7 rounds or something like that, they're getting the opening kill. That just is like not, it's just not very Astralis at all. That would be a total kind of outlier if we look at some of their other games, and especially even with just their recent games. So that's surprising.
A 78% success rate in getting 5v4s, but only a 14% conversion.
Right.
14% conversion of 5v4s from Astralis. It's almost unheard of, but that was the first 9 rounds. We're now at the 13th, and we have Astralis on the kill feed. It's been a while, boys, but a 5 versus 2. Let's get the stats on that. This surely must be their second round on the board. Kenny S attempts to get run boosted, instead delivering himself and the bomb into the lying weights of Glaive. It is Astralis with the second round, but it seems far too little to celebrate anything at all just yet.
Well, maybe, you know, Zonix here, he loves to see a 4-11 half. So there's still hope for Astralis to get this into the realm of possibility, and for us to forget any of this first half ever happened. But I will say, in defense of, like, you know, against the stats, is just of all of the maps, I would say, you know, Dust 2 is one of the maps where you could see a team win a higher percentage of their 4v5s. It's not, you know, objectively not one of the harder maps in the pool from that perspective. G2 just hit 1 million followers on Twitter. Whoa, that's wow! That just days after Cloud9 too. I like that rap air horn.
I was working on it. I think I need a soundboard.
You are
need sound effects in here. I am the soundboard. Right. Thanks, man. You really build me up.
Know how to push your buttons, Mr. Soundboard.
Ob shot through middle. Zings by. Doesn't make any kind of contact. G2, 2 rounds to close this half. Come on, shoot for that 13-2. MNX throwing his utility solo towards the B site, smoking off the door, flashing out. Device is going to be occupied with that one. Leaves Glaive inside of the A site instead. No sniper on the cross. We've got Estetag committed towards pit. And Glaive here now in question. That second flashbang fully blinds him. He was looking to stop them, but now, well, they get real close and personal, and still he manages to hold, as long as his back is not susceptible to the push, which it isn't. Estetag, deep down range, supposed to maintain this long control, but Glaive still fumbled by the players on the bomb site itself. Magus takes his place, creeping up the ramp, right into the shots of Amanek, who delays his kill, so that Hunter has to finish that one off. Now, there is a health advantage for the 3 players of Astralis, but they're blind and dying. Kenny S and Nexa. Nexa, most notably, coming out late long, besting Estetag, and securing a 12th one here for G2. They will lead by 10 going into the final round of this first half. Device, he was moved from the A site, and because of that, never even had a chance to play.
One thing they're doing that's good, that's kind of like, it's just tactically, like G2, a lot is throwing the long grenades, but then not committing out. I don't know if that was one of the rounds, but they ended up going up Cat fast, and early Cat has been very successful for G2. This was also a really great way of working this kill. Hunter, before this highlight came in, he peeked it, saw Glaive on the ramp, then went back behind the default, threw a Molotov so Glaive would run forward, and then peeked again, as opposed to just like standing there and waiting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the temporary op has a permanent effect. In the final round of the game, the final round of the half, Nexa grabs an opening, swaps out, auto snipers get dropped behind the fence out back, and the T's will be up. One player with a minute and a half to spare.
Looks like mid could be the next point of contest.
So they missed the hinge hook. Yeah.
How do you miss that one? That's not allowed.
Uh-oh.
And
that's what you get.
Come back. Yep. There's the price tag. That's the tag with the headshot onto Hunter, but that does open up a world where Jax can just sprint right by. Considering his team has 12 rounds, he's got 2 kills. Jax looking to do something by the end of this first half, and he will. Takes over control of the CT spawn, really compromises Estetag's position. Then that duel unfolds towards long, but with Jax being in CT and his 2 teammates in mid, just divert towards the B bomb site. That's definitely the play. They're going to try to challenge Device. As his teammates fall around him, he could stop bomb. Kenny S with the drive-by Tech 9. Going to plant that, and Magisk is left to clutch. Nothing to lose here in the 15th round, but not much to work with. 2 flashbangs and the AK up. Jax could walk into this separate 1v1. That would put pressure on Kenny, but they've got double Molotovs. So Magisk, spotted as his shoulder rounds the corner. A flat attempt in the clutch and a flat first half for Astralis. G2 in absolute control. Join us after the break to watch the end.
Fresh out the oven, I'm piping hot. Get too close and you might get shocked. Told everybody, sit back, just watch while I climb all the way to the top. Oh no, no, I can't just pass by. 'Cause my electric
I'm going to be blunt. It's 13-2. It's looking real bleak. But there's a reason you should still be watching, because either Astralis is going to make one of the craziest comebacks you've ever seen to close this 2-0 and get to the playoffs, or we've got Inferno coming up soon enough, and we will provide the action on that third map now that G2's woken up. I mean, look at Kenny S. His eyes wide open, and his USP spitting fire as he gets that second kill in towards middle. We've got terrorists crossing long, but we've got Kenny S flanking them on top of it. So even though they'll find their bomb plant in the pistol, it's going to have to be the 3v5. And, well, they're going to push into Cat, trying to fight the CT side, where there's an abundance of them. The defense, full force retake. Kenny S with the 3K. And I'm going to subtract one of the reasons as to why you should stick around.
Excuse me. I just lost it. I had to cough 1 second.
Don't die on me. 20-7 is Nexa. Can you believe your eyes? What a turnaround from Nuke to Dust 2. I think he did die. Well, more room for me. If anybody else is an aspiring caster, I'm looking for a new partner.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, never mind.
Okay, I'm back. I think I might. Okay, I might.
You take your time.
I'll try not to. That was yeah.
Like Astralis, could show up when you're ready.
I like it. Bringing the heat today. It's a Hell's Kitchen here for Astralis.
Yeah. Not quite the walk in the park that they were hoping for coming off of Nuke. But remember, Inferno's up next. That's exciting. And G2 still not done playing with their food. They're chewing on it. It's still trying to escape, but it's very much caged into middle right now. All of these T's kind of stuck in no man's land. Luckily, they had one more smoke to pop up on CT spawn. That denies Nexa any part of this equation, but it's still a smash into the B bomb site, and smash it is the other way. G2 sustain and brave the assault. 15-2. Let me say that one more time. 15-2 after that blowout on Nuke. 13 map points.
And listen, on this 7 series loss streak, they haven't had a single map that has been this one-sided. And they also have not, and they've only lost the few times that they played Dust 2. So that should get you excited about Inferno if that's what's to come. Their last match was a loss versus Ents on Dust 2, and they're about to beat Astralis 16-2 here, potentially.
Something's happening.
Something's happening right before our eyes.
Ooh, device. Goes for one, gets it, attempts the second. No. Nexa denies that one. But it's still an opening, and the scouts in abundance. Estetag and Dupree hanging on to them. Bomb's going to be trying to work its way out middle. Be cautious, Clave, as Hunter lies in wait. Don't want to lose that bomba.
Not too many needs to go for some kind of retake. They have the incendiary on Hunter. That could play a key role. But the Astralis haven't made up their mind about going up cat just yet. They're still spreading the map. Focusing down on mid a little bit more. Estetag setting off some fireworks at long. And there's attempt to lurk.
Yeah, gets shut down. That's one of the 3 scouts in play taken down, but ooh, Glaive. He's gonna get wrecked by Hunter, traded it back by Magisk, who now finds himself alone. And he's not just alone, but he's got 19 HP, no bomb, and 20 seconds to go get it. Amanek in the back of the bomb site. He will finish this one with ease. 16 rounds to 2. I don't understand how it happens. You don't understand how it happens, but it sure as shit just did. That is a blowout. And I love it because it actually primes us for an awesome third map. You know, Inferno was never on the docket after Nuke. This was going to be the 2-0 series. Everybody felt that way. I'm just the guy who has to say it. And now we actually have something. This is G2 versus Astralis. It's a matchup that's supposed to deliver, and G2 just turned heads by bouncing back after the first map. So let's just cut it. Let's go to the analyst desk in between, and we will see you guys for Inferno.